There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Just had to kind of adjust the lighting. I don't know what happened a minute ago. I don't know why the camera was all dark and all that. I don't know. So we're going to do a live stream tonight. We're going to talk about a couple things. If you saw the thumbnail, relax. I'm not going to attack anybody, but I do want to discuss some stuff for sure, because there are some things that we just need to discuss. We need to get out in the open, and we need to. I want to make sure there's complete clarity here, 100%. And so I'll discuss those once I'm done discussing that. We can do a question and answer. You guys are welcome to ask questions, and also any feedback on what I'm discussing is great too. So I appreciate everyone being in here and doing this. Can everyone hear me okay? Dustin, I am doing well. I'm a little peeved, and we'll discuss that here in a second, but I'm good. Okay, everyone can hear me. Good. So a couple things. The reason I made the thumbnail what it is, let's talk about that first, the chilling out, okay? I fully welcome your criticism. And when I say criticism, it can be about me, it can be about the channel, it can be about the numbers, it can be about any of that stuff, right? Because we're all trying to figure this out together. That's what it means to be in the Golf Ball Addict community. I'm testing these numbers. You guys are going out on courses and using these golf balls. We're getting this data together. We're sharing it with each other. We're trying to figure it out, right? I'm not a golf ball expert, right? I love golf balls. I consider myself extremely knowledgeable, but I am a student of this game, and I am learning, and I am growing every day. I don't know if it's just the new people because the channel's been blowing up. I don't know if there's just a misconception, but some of you act like I think I'm God, and I'm not. I've never said that. I've never been about that. It's, one of the things I try to do, allow me just to get into my point, is that I want to test every single golf ball every single year, meaning that even if the model hasn't changed, I want to do an additional test, because I firmly believe that in order to see if a golf ball is truly good, it probably needs 5 to 10 tests. I don't have that kind of time. I wish I did, guys. I really do. I wish I had that kind of time to dedicate to it. I just don't. I'm already one guy, and I'm testing 3 a day, and you guys know what I'm going through. I'm not going to give you my sob story, but I don't have the time to do that. And so I want as much data as possible. With a human element in there, you have to understand that the tests are not going to be the same from year to year. If I change the clubs, if I change the parameters, if I change what's being tested, it's going to change up a little bit. And if you don't believe me, go hit a golf ball with a bladed iron, and then hit that same golf ball with a game improvement iron, and hit that same golf ball with a super game improvement iron, and then go hit it with an ironwood and tell me if it's the same across all of them. It's not. And I think most of you would understand, yeah, no, it probably isn't going to be. It's not. Those clubs launch different angles. My mom's ironwoods launch way higher. Totally different results. Blades usually launch a lot lower, have a more spin. Totally different results. And I want these numbers to be different, right? Because I want to find out more about the golf ball. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. The PXG golf ball review got released 2 days ago, and it's still an excellent ball. It's still amazing. I just did the scoring for the top 100 on it. I don't want to give it away, but it's going to do pretty well. I'll just say that. It might not be number one, maybe, we'll see, but it's going to do really well. The amount of comments I have gotten in the last 2 days, the amount of people who have unsubscribed to the channel because the numbers weren't the same. Let me share this one right here. I want to share this one with you right here. I just got this one a second ago. And look, I'm not harping on this guy. Again, criticism's welcome, but I'm just trying to make a point. You do know these are the same exact golf balls you tested last year, right? I don't care that you have different clubs or a different swing. You should, because those things do make a difference, 110%. If you don't, then you need to watch the channel more. I use different clubs and swings all the time and get similar results. I doubt it, but that's fine. And I'm not here to argue that. I thought you were the most honest ball tester out there. Guess I was wrong. Now, let me ask you a question. I could have easily went out there when I got those testing numbers. I could have easily manipulated them and said, oh, crap, they're not quite the same. Oh, I don't want to get harped on. Okay, let me manipulate them. I didn't. From day one, I come in here and I give you guys, no BS, I give you guys the results. How am I not being honest by showing that I wasn't 100% accurate last year? I was 90 to 95, but I wasn't 100. How's that not being honest? I need some of you to chill out. I need you to think and really think, okay, Nick's admitting that he was partially wrong. And then you have to ask yourself another question. Do you want me to be honest and tell you if the results are different? Or do you want me to be like every other single one of these guys and just lie and manipulate the numbers and just, not even give you any data and just say, oh, yeah, no, it was great. It felt great. It's still a great golf ball. Yeah, here, let me take that paycheck. What do you want? Because this is a community. You tell me what you want. If you want me to take the paycheck and you want me to lie and you want me to fudge numbers, I will. But I don't want to. That's not what this channel's about. It's about being honest. And the amount of comments and the unsubscribes I've got, guys, please chill out. The golf ball is still going to be in the top 10. And some of you are unsubscribing, saying you can never trust me again. And you thought I was, honest. What are we doing? Because it fell a few spots in the top 100? Because my body language wasn't, as positive as it was last year? Guys, come on. Are we losing the plot? Are we losing what all this is about? Are we losing what the goal is here? The goal is to further our knowledge. The goal is to cut through all this BS of you have to play a Pro V1 or you're not good, and find these golf balls that are good. And some of you act like you do want that clickbait. You do want that, paid for, bought for. I just think we need to take a step back and understand that me admitting that I'm partially wrong here and there, or me, the Wilson triad, I was wrong on it. The Wilson zip, I was wrong on it. It happens. I've tested 280 golf balls on the channel in 5 years. I've been wrong on like 5 of them. It happens. I can't bat 1,000. I'm not perfect. So I'm asking you to please chill. These numbers are going to be different. You want them to be different because they are different. You don't want every golf ball to test exactly the same. If that was the case, then what fun is that, right? If the Pro V1 is the best test, regardless of your swing, like you just said, different swing, different. If it's the same in every swing, every club, then this channel's useless. And we know it's not because we've seen the results for ourselves. And so all I'm asking is, look, feel free to criticize the numbers. Feel free to criticize me. Feel free to question me. I love all that. There was a guy named Blake I'm going to mess up your last name. I'm so sorry, bud. I'm sorry. He did it in the most professional way possible. He said, I'm still a little iffy on all this. Could you explain it to me? All that stuff. That's great. But questioning my honesty and my integrity, I think we're better than that. No. We need to be better than that because I believe in you guys. I love this community. I love this community. I fight for this community. But sometimes it feels like some of you, now that I'm at 20,000 subscribers, aren't fighting for me. And I got news for you. If you're not fighting for me and you're not fighting for this and you're not fighting for this goal, maybe you should unsubscribe. And I hate saying that because I don't want to see anybody go. But we're a family here. We're a community. Which brings me to my next thing I want to talk about. Which this one's, I have a bone to pick with all of you, but this is good. Let me take a drink here. Also, keep in mind, I love you all. I absolutely do. Please don't think I'm harping or I'm trying to attack anybody. I'm not. You guys are giving me criticism. This is the first time I've ever given you guys criticism. That's all it is. Okay. And of course, keep in mind, we have 21,000 subscribers, almost 22. I'm not talking directly to any of you. I'm just, so one of the biggest things of this channel that I think separates it from every other channel is that the community feedback to me, the comments, the testing you guys do on your own, it's not just important to the channel. It is the channel. And I want to clarify that. I test these numbers from a robot, right? Not a robot swinging it, but a robot machine into a net. You guys take the golf balls from my recommendations, from what I've tested, the numbers you see, you take those and you go test them on the course, right? That testimony is the most important thing on this channel because I take it seriously. I dig through these comments 100 times a day. If you've commented on this channel, I've read it twice. I promise you. And the reason I do that is because Your experience with this golf ball matters. There's another really great comment. I wish I could pull it up. I think I can. Hold on. I want to pull this up. This guy, he's kind of criticized me a little bit lately, but again, I don't mind that. It's just that I think he maybe misunderstood the channel a little bit, but I love what he does. This is all love, but I want to show this to you because this is, let me see. Here we go. Right here. This is from, it's actually on Blake Barlow. I did get your name wrong. I'm sorry. But it's on this thread. It's Ken, I believe, I think is, Ken. He says, remember everyone, the data and subjective info are understandably Nick's experience. Last week, I decided to do, his own testing, and he goes on to tell all the stuff he tested and everything. And he says he got a bunch of information that was accurate for his swing and his clubs. What my data tells me may not reflect the same data Nick gets. That's kind of paraphrasing. It's really Nick's top 100 based on his metrics and bonus points, not your top 100. Great comment, 100%. My goal in this is to guide you all in the right direction so you can narrow it down. There's 300 golf balls on the market. You don't know which ones are best for you. So my goal is to try to narrow it down to like 5 or 10 for you. And then you have to go test those on your own. You've got to go to a simulator. You've got to go to the course. You've got to go to a putting green. You've got to go to all this stuff and then do that testing on your own. I can't just tell you what golf ball to play. I mean, because you and I have different swings. Guys, I have a natural draw. Do you have a natural draw? Because let me tell you something. I need more spin. If you play a fade, you probably don't need more spin. You probably need more distance. We're all different. And so my goal isn't to tell you what golf ball to play. It's to try to help narrow it down so you can actually get, okay, I think this would be the 5 to 10 best for you. And so you don't have to go out and try 300 golf balls and spend a king's ransom on it, right? So with all that being said, great comment. I love that. That really is 100% of the channel. And I used to preach that all the time before, we got big and I just started doing reviews all the time. With that being said, what I'm upset about is when I tested the PXG golf balls last year and had this overwhelming success. When I tested them with those Mizuno clubs, man, they were butter. I loved them. They almost basically were perfect. Like I said, they weren't perfect, but they just did everything like a 9 out of 10, right? The feedback, which I pay attention to, overwhelmingly positive, 99.9%. I mean, everyone was like, oh my gosh, I love this golf ball. It's my new gamer. I love it. And so I kept track of that. And I was like, man, this golf ball's killing it. I come out with the test 2 days ago. And now I've gotten like 30 to 50 comments in 2 days where people are like, yeah, I tried it last year after, you suggested it. I hated it. I unsubscribed. Why didn't you tell me? Like, that's part of being this community. If you tried it and it sucks, tell me. Say, hey man, I didn't get those. That's why like golf balls like the Triad, like I mentioned earlier, that's how we can fix that. 2 years ago, I tried the Triad. I hated it. I harped on it. The community came forward and said, hey Nick, I think you missed on this one. I retested it. It was great. I need your feedback. It's what makes this channel so great. If you've tested a golf ball that I love, you're not going to hurt my feelings. It's a golf ball. For Christ's sake, it's a golf ball. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Tell me you don't like it. Email me, comment it, send it in the mail via a letter and a Hallmark card. I don't care how you do it. Let me know you hated it. I have not gotten one negative comment about the PXG golf ball in a year. And I mean a whole year. We're almost in November. It's been almost a year. And all of a sudden I do that test, which by the way, again, really weird because the golf ball did test amazing. A lot of you seem to think it didn't. It did. It's still an amazing golf ball. But now all of a sudden I'm getting like 30 to 50 comments of, yeah, I tried it like 8 months ago and I hated it. And so I haven't really been. Tell me, tell me, please. Like, don't just keep that information. Like, I got to know, because if I had received those comments, I might have went back and done a retest sooner. But I didn't think there was a need to, because the community feedback said, oh no, this golf ball is amazing. It's incredible. So just please keep that in mind. I need you guys. Your feedback is not only just important. It's not only like, oh yeah, I put it over here. No, it's the channel, guys. It's the channel. I have to know that because it helps me. It helps us. It helps everybody. And I get not all of you want to share every experience you've ever had. I get that. But at least a couple lines. Hey, I tried this golf ball. It matches. Cool. Hey, you know what? I tried this. I didn't get the same experience. That's fine too. Talk it into your phone. It takes 5 seconds, but it means the world. It means the world to me to share that. Thank you. All right. With that being said, I got to go through these comments because I'm interested. I'm kind of nervous about them. I'm sorry about that big rant. I'm not. I'm not really mad. I just want y'all to know that. I'm disappointed. Maybe I haven't communicated this well enough, and I apologize if I haven't. It's just it's frustrating. You know, it's frustrating to put this much time and love and effort into something, and then have people be like, "Oh, hey, you're being honest." Well, I don't like that because the numbers are different. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. It's really been hurting me lately, and it's really been on my mind. And I apologize. I'm not looking for a sob story. I wanted to share that with you because I want you all to understand what this channel is about. The amount of comments I've gotten lately that are like, "Oh, this guy's full of himself. Oh, this guy thinks he knows it all." When have I ever said that? And my true golf ball addicts know that. They know I've never said that. They know I've never even given that type of energy. You know what I mean? Like it's just never been that way. And so to have it hurts. It hurts. I don't care if people question our methods. I don't, but when people question your integrity, it's hard, man. It's hard. It really is. So let me look through some of these real quick and then we'll get to some questions. I won't bother you with any more, ranting unless you want it, unless you want some good rants about stuff. So we'll see. Your channel's awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Took your data and found that the ball perfect Malera about your opinion. Thank you. I mean, yeah, that's what it's about. I'm just trying to guide you. Yeah, and I don't consider them stupid people. I understand where you're coming from. Maybe it's hard because when you start blowing up, people come to the channel and just watch one video and they have no idea all the other stuff that like the golf ball addicts have seen over the years, right? And so I understand, I give them grace. I understand they're coming into this with nothing. But I guess my argument would be if I went into a channel and knew nothing about it and saw one video and wanted to comment, I would at least be respectful. I wouldn't try to just like puff my chest out and be like, yeah, 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 yeah. Because I mean, I'm just watching one video. I don't, but I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Yeah, Ronnie Prater, this is a great comment. That's crazy. How can people think that balls don't change or we don't change? Exactly. Guys, golf balls change depending on the humidity outside, the temperature outside, what clubs you're using. I mean, climate, the altitude, right? The altitude, if you're higher up. Golf balls change almost by breathing on them. This idea that they're all the same, it's not very often I tell someone you're wrong. Like I always say, like, well, this is what, no, you're wrong. Like, I mean, we have scientific data. I mean, from thousands of different publications at this point that prove golf balls change. If you leave them in a hot trunk and they get super hot, they go a little farther and the durability suffers. If you leave them in a cold place, you lose a lot of distance, but good luck tearing that cover. We know that. And so they change. So we got to get out of this idea that golf balls don't change. They absolutely do. 100% they do. And that's another great point. I might test a golf ball one year during the summer at 100 degrees Fahrenheit, then test it the following year in November at 80 degrees, and it might be a little different. Not much, but a little bit. And let me tell you something. When it comes to this top 100 list, guys, 1 yard could be the difference between 7th place and like 40th. The data, because we have gotten our testing so much more consistent with the swing speed and how I've been trying to get the details right this year, it makes a huge difference. A huge difference. And now these golf balls are battling it out. You're going to love the top 100 this year. It's awesome. I can't wait. I am so ecstatic. Seriously. So ecstatic. All right, let me see what else we got. Okay, drawbacks to testing the way you do. One guy, handful of clubs. It was interested in standing around by data. Yeah, and that's another point too, right? Is I am not my golf spy. I am not a publication. I am not someone who can, get a whole brigade together and order every single club. I just don't have that, right? And so my thing is, what have I always said time and time again? Take what I say and then go to another publication, take what they say, and go to another publication and take what they say, combine all that data and say, okay, what matches? Okay, Nick thought PXG was really good. Oh, so did my golf spot. It must be really good. Oh, Nick didn't like this one, but my golf spot. But you know what? My golf spot doesn't test these golf balls. So use it in a collective data. I'm not a one-stop shop. I wish I was. Maybe I'll be there one day. In 20 years, I would love to be the golf ball guy. And it's like, I've got 3-4 guys testing one golf ball together. We're all using different clubs. We're doing slow swings, mid swings, fast swings. I would love that. but we're not there yet. I'm a dude in my backyard. So I appreciate you giving me grace on that. I appreciate you being subjective, and I appreciate just taking it with a grain of salt, but understanding that we're trying to achieve a goal as a community. We just are. You know, I'll stand on it. What separates me from everyone else is I'm not bought. And, I mean, you guys hate when I criticize golf balls. It's what separates me from everybody else. If you ever want to know if a review is bought, look for the criticism. And I'm not harping on anybody particular. I won't. And listen to how they talk. Do they actually criticize the golf ball? Do they say, "Oh, that's a little disappointing," like I do? Or do they say, "Normally I would want a little better than that, but I think it's great. I think I can make it work." If they turn any type of negative into a positive and they don't say anything negative about the golf ball, that review is bought, baby. 1000%. I'm just telling you. So trust me, you want me criticizing the golf balls. You just do. You want the data to be a little different. You want me to be honest. You want me to be real. Yeah, last year I was 90% right on this golf ball. The zip, swing and a miss. It happens. But, it's just the data. People just don't put the work in to actually try things and expect good results. And a lot of that's crazy, maybe. Your passion is admirable and understandable, but I emailed you before trying to stress that you got to learn to be okay with certain percentage of people being haters and irrational dummies. I remember that. Yeah, I did. What's funny though is that situation. What San Fanatic is talking about. That was a weird situation. That was a situation where I did nothing wrong, and someone was just very hurt that I questioned their comment or disagreed with it. I didn't even really disagree with it. I don't know. That was a weird situation, but yeah. All right. I was playing the wrong B. Oh, love all the reviews. Definitely value your opinion on a golf trip this past. Oh, good. Yeah. I hope you had a good time. Oh yeah. All those are good golf balls. Absolutely. And Legato, I want to bring that up. That's another example of a golf ball that, because I had a minor criticism of it this year, a lot of people took it to heart and quit playing it. And guys, the Legato is still an amazing golf ball. Just because I share a criticism that I have of the new model doesn't mean that it's great. And, real quick, keep in mind that when it comes to my testing parameters, I am testing 35 to 45 different parameters on a golf ball. By the time it's all said and done, I'm doing design, alignment tool, value, the layers, the dimples, value as far as being price point, if there's any additional discounts. Then we go to chipping and its feel and its launch and its spin and we go think about all the things you see in a review. It's 30 minutes long basically for a triple review. Not all of those can be perfect, right? I mean, they can't be. If you have 45 things I'm testing on, a golf ball might get 35 out of 45. I consider that really good. But I think a lot of you hear that criticism, and because you're not used to it, because a lot of other channels just don't do it because they're paid, so they don't do criticisms. But I think you hear that and you think, oh, well, Nick didn't like it. No, 35 out of 45, that's a passing grade. That's great. Not any golf ball can be perfect. None of it hits on all of it. My goal is to find out who that golf ball's for. Is it for a fast swinger, slow swinger, whatever? But the top 100 will sort all that out. So Legato was another golf ball that, I said it felt a little more feedback. Some of you didn't buy it after that. Relax. It's still a great golf ball. I used it last weekend. I loved it. It's great. You need to chill. See, that's the thumbnail. Anyway. Lewis Plant, your message was retracted. I didn't get to see it, bud. I'm so sorry. If you want to, here we go. Oh, okay. I see it down there. Thank you very much. How did you land on the irons you play, driver, etc.? Okay. That is, I bought the McGregors because this is the iron set. I bought those because they were number one in accuracy and number two in forgiveness on My Golf Spy's testing. And so I ordered a custom set, like $600 for 4 through gap wedge. Can't beat it. I mean, just an amazing deal. I do love those clubs. It's just hard to use the Atom set that I test with and then turn around and go play the McGregors on the weekend because it takes too much of an adjustment, and sometimes I don't play that well. That's my only complaint. Otherwise, I love it. I bought my Cobra LTDX last year on a special for $175. best driver for the money I've ever bought. And I love that thing. I traded the shaft out when I did that video on the shaft is better than the head. Haha. That was cool too. And then I use a hybrid now and a 3-wood that I just recently got. And my wedges I bought because, again, on sale. I'm a value guy. And so they were on sale. It was the Cleveland full face. Got them for $100 a piece. Oh, no, I got them for a discount, 75 a piece. It was 2 for 150. Can't beat it. Brand new. I'm a value guy. So, yeah. My whole bag's only like $1,000. You know what I mean? And that's every club. Most guys would have a lot more than that. Please no crackheads on channel. Oh, goodness. Funny point. It's against USGA rules to keep a ball in pocket worn by those hands. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's a great point. Again, what he is saying about the golf balls, we were just talking about how if you warm them up, it's different. USGA has a rule, I guess, where you can't warm them up in your pockets like with a hand warmer or whatever, because it'll affect the golf ball. So there's your prime example. You know what I mean? Golf balls are very finicky. They're very finicky. And trust me, I know that. I've tested enough of them. That's a great point. Bruce, good friend of mine, long time watcher on the channel. Yeah, you know how I feel about your channel when you can try a new ball without running it by you. Yeah, no, Bruce is a loyal golf ball addict, and he is a golf ball addict. Not as much as he is a golf putter addict. He loves putters. I had to do this whole video. I filmed it today about putters and how you need to use them better. I had to dedicate the video to him because he is a putter addict. Buys them all the time. He's got a lab coming in. It's going to be sweet. I can't wait to see it. Maybe I'll even show it off on the channel a little bit. It's nice. I can't wait. If you find a golf ball that works, say 2024 model, would you try and buy the older version again or try to stock up once you learned it works for you? Yeah. No, I don't care when a golf ball was made. I mean, yeah, I don't care. Remember, the Precept Vladdy hasn't been updated since 2017. It's the same golf ball. So I don't care. If the golf ball's good, the golf ball's good. If you handed me a golf ball and you said, hey, listen, this golf ball's from 1992, it's made of feathers, and it screams like a banshee as soon as you hit it. Okay, how are the numbers? They're fantastic. I'll take it. I don't care. You know what I mean? I really don't. So absolutely. Excuse me. All right, let's see. Sorry, there we go. I was playing a ball, killing my game. You made a suggestion. I got educated. Now my score is going down. Thank you so much, Frank. And that's what it's about. It's about, my channel started because I saw so many people playing golf balls that were tour golf balls, Pro V1, and they're a 23 handicap. And I'm like, listen, it's about fitting. Find what works for you. Find what's great for you. Find what you need. And that's what it's all about. And so I appreciate it. I'm glad that worked for you, man. I'm glad that, there's so many of you we've helped. Don't think that I don't understand. These comments are only from a handful of people of 22,000. I know the majority of you have loved everything we've done, and I know the majority of you have gained from it and you love it. I understand that. The loudest people in the room are the ones who are the most upset or the most insecure or whatever you want to say. I get that. I know that. So it bothers me when there's good people who have been with the channel a long time. I feel like I'm losing them, and it's over stuff that that's why I wanted to clear the air. That's what I really care about. The new guy who's been here a week and he has no idea and he's just being ignorant, I don't care about. But the people who have been here long term, who now all of a sudden are like, I don't understand. I don't want to lose those people. You know what I mean? I just don't. Like, you guys, it's an important part of this channel. I need your input, like I said. So, Nick, your honesty comes through, and I find your testing gives me options on what ball to try. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I don't hate when you criticize a ball. It helps me buy the correct ball. I think this type of stuff being the summer ball, they're a great cold weather ball. Yeah, and that's a great point. The Zip might be a great cold weather ball. It's so soft and marshmallowy that it very well could be an excellent winter ball, which, by the way, I will be doing winter testings this year. I plan on getting everything done in actually a good amount of time. And with that being said, I'm going to have about a month and a half where I can test golf balls, and I'm going to do it in the winter months, early in the morning here in Florida when it's like 70 degrees. I'm just kidding. It's going to be like 40, 50. But still, it's going to be kind of cold weather, and we're going to do testing on that too. I haven't fully planned out. It's ready to go. So I hope you all are ready for that too. What happened to the Vices? Sorry if I already missed it. Okay. The Vices. Good question. Vice tested really well last year, and it's the same model, but all of a sudden this year, I started buying new boxes, and something changed. And that's not just my opinion. I'm glad you brought this up. There's been a ton of people who have come forward with feedback of, yeah, I switched from the vices. Yeah, I tried this ball because the vices weren't doing it for me anymore. I don't know what they changed. I don't know if they changed the materials they use in the factory. I honestly have no idea. I have zero idea. But there's something different about them. They didn't test as well here. I got some wonky numbers, which again, that's why we test golf balls every year, because just because a golf ball model is the same, and I want you to hear this, this is important, doesn't mean that the factory doesn't change how they make it halfway through. A golf ball model can be the same, and they make it for a year, and then they could change the materials, the plastic, the surlin, any of that stuff. They can change it all, and they don't have to put that it's a new model. They don't have to. They can just say it's the same model. We just changed the materials. You could change the factory even, and not have to change the model. It's going to be different. And so that's why we also test every year, because the Vice is a prime example. Now, is the Vice a bad golf ball? No, it's still great. It has cool designs. They're awesome. They're fun. They still get the job done. But even if you look at the My Golf Spy testing, there's a little bit of a drop off, and I don't know what from. It's interesting. I don't understand it. I don't know if I hope it's not cutting costs. I hope it isn't, but I don't know. I really don't. All right. Whoa. Okay. Hang in there, Nick. I think most of what us appreciate. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Ricky. I do. Thank you so much. The boost is virtually gone from Walmart. I don't know if the boost is going to be discontinued or not. They said it was, and they said it wasn't, and then they said it was. I hope it ain't. That would suck. That would really suck. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, there's no sugarcoating that. That would suck. Nick, you had me at the cut red production problems when it cracking as me playing the Vice Pro. Yeah, absolutely. And that's another golf ball. Again, requires multiple testing, right? Because I tested it the first time, didn't crack. I tested it a second time, didn't crack. I took it out to the course, it cracked. And so that's why it's so important. That's why we have to test golf balls every year. We just do, because the results can be different. I test that cut red 10 times, 2 out of 10 times it might crack. But for me, that 2 out of 10 times is important. It just is to me. It might not be to you, but it is to me. Wilson, toward velocity or crap, or at least to me. Appreciate that. I haven't tested the new model, but I will definitely keep that in mind. Again, I need that stuff. That's all I need. Just tell me it's crap. I don't care. That's what I need. That's perfect. Thank you, James. That's perfect. Appreciate that. Big miss in 2025 was no Z-Star Diamond and Divide. Well, maybe because the Divide versions of the Z-Star and the Z-Star XV have not been good. They've struggled. Remember, there was a huge difference in My Golf Spy's testing, like best compared to worst. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise, but I would like to see a little bit of a better alignment tool from the Z-Stars in general. I really would. Are you going to do a winter cold? Yes, I addressed that. Hopefully you saw it, but yes, I am doing a cold weather ball test this year. I think we'll continue the boost. I went and grabbed a bunch. Yeah, I know. I hate that. Nick, when the Amazon balls come back in stock, it might be good to compare the yellow versus the white ones. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, inconsistent. Yeah, and the Amazon ball was just, it was average. It was slightly above average, but I mean, I don't know if I'd give up the other balls we have on the channel for it. Winter testing will be awesome. I use a different ball in the winter because it gets cold. Awesome, yeah. I'm glad. Friend of mine, 20 plus handicap with a bad slice, played Titleist left dash, gave him an ulti-speed from review. He hasn't looked back. Awesome. That ulti-speed is really good. There's been really positive feedback, so I love that. Let's see. I have to look that up. Okay, so is that? So I'm so sorry. The comment that says from Thor B5191, Yellowstone testing better. What does that mean? Are you talking about the course, or are you talking about I don't know what that means. I'm so sorry. If it's the course, will you take me there? Because yeah, I was looking at pictures and wow, that's my. I'll tell you what, that's my biggest bucket list. Everyone, mountain golf, number one on my bucket list. Mountains in the background, nothing but nature. Maybe I'll get lost up there. We never heard from the golf ball addict again. He was so at peace in nature, and his wife and kids never saw him again. Okay, I'm just kidding, but don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Is it safe to buy a bucket of used Chrome Softs knowing it'll be many different years? No, because it's going to be, if you're going to buy a Chrome Soft, you obviously need to be good enough to play a Chrome Soft. And if you're good enough to play a Chrome Soft, you want consistency. Because let me tell you something, the Chrome Soft 2022 versus 2024, night and day, totally different. They completely changed the golf. So I wouldn't do that. I would focus on something else. There's other ways we can get around that, but yeah, no, I wouldn't do the used, at least in my opinion. Got some Bridgestone Tour BX, seems very good into wind, but it's autumn in the UK, so there are leaves everywhere. So if money ball's a pain, it gets expensive. Yep, yep. And Bridgestone balls do fly straighter, technically, from what I understand, because of their dimple pattern. They have a pattern. I was told that. I can't test it, but I mean, it sounds good. It makes sense. But that's what I was told. I've tried Bridgestone, just can't hit them well. Yeah, and some people can't. Yeah. Love your data. I've been playing. Bone Golf and Fish is another guy who's been on the channel forever. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Seriously. I love your data, and I've been playing different balls almost every week for a year. Awesome. That's a golf ball addict right there. I love comparing my experience with certain balls in your data. Great. You know, I'm a Wilson Duo Soft working well. I wish the boost was around. I know. You've shown me so much about golf balls. I've learned a lot from you. Love the channel. Thank you. I appreciate the positive love. I really do. I thought the divide got sorted in 2025. I recall your 25 vid on it saying they were fine. So that was the divide of the Q Star Tour. I said was fine. The Strixon Z Star is different, and I know that's weird, but that opened up a whole can of worms on this channel because now I'm realizing that yellow golf balls do sometimes test way differently than white and different. So from the Q Star, the Tour versus the Divide, I haven't seen too much of a difference. Those are actually pretty close. Z Star, on the other hand, needs a little more testing, and I might try to do that. I'm just right now trying to burn through these and get to the top 100. So it might be after that, but I do plan to do that experiment. I want to, really bad. He went with a slower swing speed on the PXG this time, and it changed the results. Did I miss a comment, I guess? Oh, I did miss a comment. I'm so sorry, Dr. Papa. I didn't mean to miss your. Okay, hold on. I missed a bunch of comments. I'm so sorry. Let me go back up here. I missed these comments. Just got a $640 lab comment for 250. Okay, I don't know how you did that. Did you rob them? Did you have a ski mask on when you did that? Because oh my goodness. How do you figure out what year Pro V1 or Kirkland ball is? Kirkland's difficult because this year the V3 does have a little bit difference on the alignment tool. It's like arrows opposed to the previous model was different. I think it was like a thick one arrow opposed to now it's like little individual arrows. But before that, almost impossible. Pro V1, same thing. They changed the alignment tool. Last year's model or the previous model looked like a pencil kind of on its alignment tool. This year's are a little different. Alignment tool is always going to be your best way to do that. All right, Dr. Papa, so sorry about that. I was so surprised that of your testing in the PXG gave you such results this time. I used the ball after your first year, loved them. What changed for you? Okay, so now we come back down here, and it says he went with a slower swing speed, and it changed the result. Okay, again, I want to reiterate this. I understand that my body language wasn't as into it, and I understand that I wasn't as high on it, and stuff like that. It's still an amazing golf ball. It's still going to test possibly top 10. I'll be honest. I'm all about honesty. I'll be honest with you right now. Okay? I'll be 100% honest with you. Human to human, friend to friend, community to community. Last year when I tested the PXG, I was so surprised by it because the results were incredible. I loved it. It was number one in so many categories when it came to like ball speed and stuff. I loved it. I loved what PXG was doing. I loved their commercials. I loved that they took care of heroes. I was infatuated with them a little bit. I'll be honest, I kind of was. It was just right at that period point where I really started diving into PXG. And I was sitting there going, oh my goodness, like this is a really cool company. I could be a PXG guy. I could see myself as that. Like I could see myself, buying the clubs and stuff because I loved what they do. I love that they supported veterans. My mom's a nurse. I love that. This year, they gave us credibility. They put us on their boxes. They put us on their website. I was flying high. I really was. I mean, I didn't take any money for that. I didn't take any rewards for that. I never even got a box of balls from them for free. I paid for everything. But I was just so happy that they did all that. And I'll be completely honest with you. There was a moment in May that kind of diminished hard. It's not, I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them. I'm not upset. I didn't expect anything. It's all good. But what happened was I was in I've told the story once before, but I was in the need for a new iron set. And I was kind of going around checking with all the direct-to-consumer companies. Hey, can you offer a discount, 10%, 20%, whatever? Maybe I can do a review on them. Just seeing what was out there, right? Testing the water. I'm looking for 10%, right? Anything, 5%, I don't care. I contacted PXG and I said, hey, is there any way you can give me Heroes pricing without being a hero? I said, I need a new iron set. I said, I'll be honest, you guys are way out of the price range. Is there anything you can do as far as my iron set? Instead of $1,600, can we get that cost down? What can you do for me? By the way, don't ever be afraid to do that. Even you. I know you don't have any credibility, but don't ever be afraid to ask a company what they can do. You know what I'm saying? You might get something. That's the worst case scenario. You might get something. Immediately, I was met with an email. Immediately, within minutes. We will take care of you based on, everything, the top 100. We will take care of you. We'll get you at a fitting at PXG. We know that you've wanted to film that experience, right? The fitting, all that, we'll get you taken care of. We'll let you know in a few days. You can go over to Orlando and we'll get you hooked up with a whole set. Not what I asked for, but I was like, well, we'll at least do the fitting. We'll see. As long as they understand, I'm not pulling any punches for them, and I'm not. Well, then they went radio silent. Never heard back from them. 2 weeks later, I emailed again. I said, hey, 10%? Like, can I get the Heroes pricing at least? Like, is that even? Ghosted. Have not heard from them since. Do I hold that against them? No. Am I mad at them? No. I'm not looking for a handout. But in good faith, they could have at least told me to shove it up my butt. You know what I mean? They could have at least emailed and said, no, sorry, we can't do anything for you. We don't owe you crap. Cool. But to ghost me as a professional company, and again, I'm not mad at them. It's just that all that enthusiasm I had where I was like, oh, gosh, PXG, I could be a PXG guy. Like, I could see that. I want the glove and I have a putter. That's now back to, okay, PXG makes a golf ball and I'll test it. And does that have some to do with my body language? Maybe. But I promise you the results aren't different. Like, they're pretty close. They're a little different. Like I said, 90%. But that golf ball's still going to be in the top 10. It just is. And so I'm just being transparent with you. No, I didn't have as much enthusiasm this time. Does it help that I filmed that review at 5:45 in the morning? No, because I'm not really enthusiastic then either, I can promise you. But I've had to do some early mornings and some late nights. It's just how it is. So that's my honesty. I just, you can say I'm butthurt. You can say I'm upset or whatever, but I'm not. I'm not upset or butthurt. I'm just, maybe that's why the enthusiasm wasn't there. I'm just bringing it up. So. It's just what it is. It is what it is. Again, have much love for PXG. I love that they take care of my mom. She's a nurse. She's a hero. I love to do that. I love, I see PXG clubs. The first question I ask is, sir, are you a veteran? Are you in the military? I love that. I think I still have much love, but it's just, I think that infatuation, like when you get a girlfriend, right? It's like, or a boyfriend or whatever, those first couple of weeks, you're just like head over heels, but then you discover that they keep their toenail clippings in a jar and you're like, I'm good. Like, this is over. Like, and you're not mad at them. You're not like, hey, but you're just like, okay, I'm out. Like, I wish you the best. God bless you. Hope you, we can make friends. I can't do this stuff. It's kind of like that. You know what I mean? I know it's a weird analogy, but that's kind of my thing is weird analogy. So, all right. Ooh, okay. Where were we? Oh my goodness. Sorry, I went on another long rant, and then now all of a sudden there we go. Okay. Your channel helped me try the Wilson Tri after seeing review. Awesome. I do love the Triad. Yellowstone was a stupid autocorrection on my phone. Okay, I wondered. There is a course called Yellowstone, And I mean, it looks beautiful. It's Montana. You should look it up. It is gorgeous. I made the mistake of buying used Chrome Softs and had one crack on me. That's another thing I'm worried about. I'm guessing it was a water ball. Won't do it again. Yeah, I know. I'm 75 and amazed how I hit the Vice distance. Cool. 15, 20 yards further than Wilson Zip, which I use. Upstate New York, weather cool. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Upstate New York. I heard there's a lot of good golf up there in New York. That's awesome, especially in upstate New York, like a lot of fall leaf stuff. That's cool. Have you and Gabe been able to link up? I'd like to see you play together. I would too, but the ball is in Gabe's court. I've said that. Me and Gabe are cool. I mean, he sent me the Tour Exotics. I love the guy. Love that he's from Tampa. I would love to play with him sometime. I really would, but the ball's in his court. I have pushed for that. You guys have pushed for that. I've seen the comments. He knows ball's in his court. I'd love to do a video with him. Absolutely. Would love it. Are you going to be doing a retest of the Top Flight Gamer? Just did today, baby. Just did a testing today. Review will be coming out in the next week. What can I spoil? Oh, surprising driver results. Very surprising driver results in a good way. I'm also doing, so sorry, I didn't read the second part of your comment. I'm not doing the yellow and the other difference or the other version. I'm doing a triple review of the Control versus the Gamer versus the XL Distance. I'm going to try if I have time later on to do yellow and stuff, but that might have to be a next year thing. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that until so late in the year. All right. I am insane. I have a golf ball display. Over 2/3 of them are different pattern TP5. Yep, no, I'm the same way, man. I got a whole drawer full. I don't know what to do with them all. I've become the golf ball guy among my golf circle. All your testing data, wouldn't miss a video. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I see. I'll have to go back to this 25Z star review. I'm looking like your divide. Yeah. I think I used a couple. I might have. Now, hold on. I might have used a divide to chip and putt with. I can't remember. I might have used that just to do that. But as far as testing, I did not use the divide. And correct me if I'm wrong. It's been months. So I don't think that's the case because I bought new box. No, I know it's not the case. I bought new boxes for this year. I bought new boxes. So it's not the divide. So I know that. But yeah, I might have used one for, well, no, I wouldn't use one for chipping either. We'll go back and look at that. Keep that on the brain, please. I used to use matte super soft. Huge difference when chipping with a wider yellow super soft. The matte seem to be able to bite a lot more. Yeah, I think the matte golf balls do have grip. They just don't have as much spin a lot of the time. You sacrifice that. But I will admit, matte golf balls do tend a lot of the time have some grip if they're made with the right material. It just depends. I play the Wilson Boost because of your review. It's really a great ball. Can't beat the price. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I recently saw Boost in my Walmart and they were full. I guess I need to stock up. Yeah, please stock up while you can because they're not everywhere. And I've always seen them at my course or my Walmarts too. So it's weird that a lot of them are out of stock. I've actually seen them at every single Walmart in the area. So I wonder if it's just regional. It's so weird. Live on the golf course, always in the yard. And Max Fly. Yeah, Max Flies are killing it right now. They're doing so good. You should keep testing the water on getting discounted clubs. Companies are dumb for not jumping at the essentially free advertising. I know. That's a great comment. If you didn't hear the story from last year, at the end of last year, I reached out to almost every single direct-to-consumer company I could and said, hey, listen, I need a pitching wedge, a sand wedge, a 7-iron, and a driver if they had one. But honestly, I wasn't even worried about the driver. So like 3 to 4 clubs or even a set, whatever, right? I reached out to like 10 different, direct-to-consumer golf club companies and just said, listen, if you send them to me for free, I will essentially, your name, everyone has seen a review by me on here, I'm assuming. So you see how it says like up at the top left, what club I'm using or what iron I'm using. I said that'll be for the whole year. 3 to 4 million views per year on that. And I said, I'll even say something. I'll even be like, hey, as you know, we're using whatever. I said, just cool. Every one of them was like, kick rocks. And I don't mean like, oh, no, thank you. There was 1 or 2 that was like, no, thank you. A lot of them were like, no, not interested. You do golf balls. You do nothing for us. And that kind of turned my eyes a little bit because I was like, really? I was like 3 or 4 million views and I'm asking for like $150 worth of clubs. I'm like, are you sure? Like, final chance? No. And couldn't get anybody to send me anything. Couldn't even give anybody to give me a discount. And so that's when, about a year ago when I was doing that, I decided, I was like, you know what? I don't need anybody's help. I need your guys' help. Company wise, I don't need any company's help. It is what it is. I'll buy them out of pocket. I'm not going to beg for discounts and stuff. I'm just not. So it is what it is. It was so silly. But I agree with Sam Fournette. If I was a marketing guy and you said, hey, I need $150 in clubs, but it's going to get 3 to 4 million eyeballs, you wouldn't even finish the sentence. And I would already be slamming the send button. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I have a dozen Max Fly Greg Norman golf balls new in the box. Awesome. I love collecting golf balls like that. I love the Max Fly Tour CG. You can't find them new in the UK. I have to buy them as lake balls. Oh. Any other you recommend me trying that are similar and good in price? Well, it depends on which Max Fly. I mean, if you're looking for the Max Fly Tour, oh yeah, it is Tour. You said that. I'm so sorry. Max Fly Tour. What would be? I don't have my sheet in front of me. I'm so sorry. Sonic Steel, if you send me an email at golfballaddict@gmail.com, I will get to that. I'm getting ready to do emails after I get done with this live here in an hour or so. So send me that email, and I'll have my list pulled up, and I can look at it. But at the moment, off the top of my head, I know what the golf ball feels like. I know what it acts like, but I'm trying to think in my head what, with 100 golf balls, I just have to see it. I'm so sorry. Have you thought about testing your chipping and putting on an actual green? Is the green good that you are using? Remember, you are a brother and friend. Oh, yeah, absolutely. No. So another great point, and I'll gladly bring this up. A lot of people have questioned that putting green, and here's what I'll say. When I started using that putting green, I didn't know if it was going to be accurate or not. I really didn't. But after testing 200 golf balls on it, I can honestly say it's accurate. I have never had a golf ball react differently on that green than on the course. And I do that. I take them to the course. I test a golf ball. I go play on the weekends. I'll usually chip and putt with one just to see. I've never had a variance. I've never had one. You can tell when you chip the ball by looking at the rotation, by looking at the launch angle, by looking at the tug, by looking at the bite. You can see how much a golf ball is going to react. I know a lot of you feel like it might be different. That's understandable, but I'm not just looking at pure distance. I'm not measuring out how far the golf ball stops. I'm using my eye test. And I can honestly say I'm not saying there isn't one. There might be one or two, but so far I have never in the history of the channel had a golf ball test differently that I had to go back and redo the numbers for. They've always been the same. So, 2-1, Toronto, LA, World Series, Game 5, super important. Sorry, I'm watching it over here on this TV, but Wendy this fall been working on TrueFeel for mid-launch suggestion comparable. Again, if anybody has golf ball stuff, just email me, golfballaddict@gmail.com. I'll get those to you tonight. I'm going to do those tonight, like I said, so please don't be shy about that. When you drop in that spreadsheet, basically probably when the top 100 is concluded, because if I release it before then, I think people are going to obviously be able to tell what golf ball's number one. So I want to at least wait until I'm done with that, and then as soon as that's released, or that golf 10 through 1, the top 10, as soon as that video's out, it'll be released, and so that's what I'll do. That's great to see what changed with the gamer. It was able to break 100 my first year playing with that ball. Cool. Have you ever thought of doing a putting test with a broomstick? Your timing is incredibly weird, because I'm going to give all of you, because all of you have been amazing, and there's 58 people watching this right now, and I love that. I've never had that high of a number, so I'm going to give you a little insight, because I'm a nice guy. Next round, who I work with, they sell used clubs. They always send me one. We do fun videos. They've been so kind to us here, so I love them. They wanted to do a Halloween collaboration. And they said, we'll send you a club and just do something kind of Halloween related, whatever. And they said, and they sent me like a list of clubs that had like some type of spooky play on them, like the Bat Attack or the Scotty Cameron Phantom, right? But one of them was broomstick. And when I saw that, I immediately went, I've never tried a broomstick. That would be fun. That would be fun for a video. So I said, can you send me the broomstick? So they did. I just did the filming today. So there's going to be a video here in the next week, next few days, whatever week, and it's essentially going to be kind of a funny skit, Halloween themed, whatever. But it's going to be about testing a broomstick putter. So really incredible timing on that. Testing Z Star had a couple divides into it. If I didn't, okay. Yep. Hello all. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Wondering how long before Bomb Tech unveils their golf ball. At this point, they might as well. Even Tacoma turned you down. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Now, I'm trying to remember if they were the nice one. They might have been the nice one. I'm going to go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they were the one that said, hey, we really appreciate it. God bless you, whatever. Thank you, but no thank you. I think they were nice, but they did turn me down. They listened to what I had to say, which is fine. It's their choice. It's their business. But, yeah, they were nice about it at least. I have a similar swing speed to you, so every golf ball reviews are good for me. Awesome. Love to hear that. The cut gray is my favorite budget ball. Am I stupid? No. Let me tell you something. I did a separate video. I decided to do a live on this, but I actually had filmed a separate video talking about all the stuff I'm talking to you about now. So I won't release it because it's redundant. But one thing I want to talk to you about is the reason my opinion truly doesn't matter on golf balls. And when I say opinion, I mean like my opinion. You can use the data and the testing parameters to help you, but my opinion is different, right? If it was up to me, my favorite golf balls are like boutique golf balls. I love Wright and Ditson. I love Penfold Ace. I love Penfold Hearts. I love those boutique style golf balls that are 007 or have like the diamonds and clubs and, the playing cards or like the cool, that's what I like. I'll even take sacrificing some performance for them. Are you all like that? No. I venture 99% of you wouldn't be, but that's okay. It's your opinion. It's what works for you. It's what you love. It's what gives you confidence. It's what and that's what gives me confidence. I love seeing that Penfold 007 ball. I'll be on the green. I'll get in the James Bond mindset, and I'll be like, oh, listen here. Gonna make this putt. All right. Yeah, Sean Connery. That's funny for me. I love it. It really, even talking about it right now, it just makes me giddy. I love that. It helps give me confidence, right? Not that I use those golf balls all the time, but every once in a while for fun, I break them out, once every month or so, just to have fun. So when you say, oh, well, the cut gray is my favorite ball, cool. If you love it and it's working for you and it's lowering your score, who cares? It's a good golf ball. It's solid. It's not going to win any awards, but it's a solid golf ball. It's above average. Absolutely. I managed to pick up 20 used D stars plus some Q stars. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, no, you can't beat that price. Yeah, let me know how that sim goes for sure. Nick, are you still looking to do a used wedge versus newer wedge spin difference? I have a newer and older Vokey I can send you if needed. Good question. I would love to do that. Do I have I don't have the same model. Email me on that. That's a good possibility. I don't even mind paying you for them. That is something I want to do for sure. I don't have the same model that I haven't bought two models of the same. I'd have to buy one and use it. And so we can talk about that for sure. I know you didn't like the Strixon Q-Star prior to the Ulti Speed. I found it to be my favorite ball. With the Q-Star discontinued, which ball would you recommend? Feel off putter. Again, Agreemate, not to cut you off, but if you email me, like I said, here in an hour, I'll be doing those, and we'll get you all those. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm distracted because my man Gordon Ramsay, my father figure, if you will, is in a commercial with Pete Davidson. Get Pete Davidson out of there. And there's an alien. I don't even know what that commercial is, but Gordon Ramsay was in it, so I had my attention. Let's see. Toronto hit home runs on pitch 1 and 3. It was an unreal start to the game. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I didn't mention it, but I kind of saw the crowd. I didn't know if it was at first highlights or what. So now that some time has passed, what's your update on the McGregor irons? I love them. I just got to get more consistent with them. I love how they feel, how they look, and how they play. They're awesome. It's hard to go, like I said, from the testing clubs, which is the Adams, and then switch and try to get that feeling down. I need some help for sure. I got to get more consistent. I got to practice. I just switched to broomstick, changed everything for me. Yeah, and I mean, look, I'm not saying I'm going to change to a broomstick. I will say that it kind of opened my eyes a little bit, though. A little bit. I mean, because I was always the guy that kind of just was like, really? It kind of seems unnecessary. But now I'm like, oh, yeah, that can make a difference for some people for sure. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of you actually are now doing the broomstick, which I love to see. That's awesome. I love that you're so open minded. And that's the thing about putting. Kind of the whole message of the video that I'm getting ready to put out, but the whole message behind it is, be open to experimenting with putting. And then when you find what you like, go all in. Go all in. And I mean, train with it is, I mean, repetition. Get it done. Have you ever thought of trying for the used club places like golf routes for clubs for discount? Well, no, but you bring up a good point. I just talked about next round. Like, that's such a great comment. I never even thought about that. But next round and me have a great relationship. I should just contact them and talk about getting some clubs from them for testing. Like, duh. Like, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Great suggestion. So true. Boost costs less than $1 a ball, and I'd use it over and over. Yep, absolutely. Damn, I didn't think my cut gray question would get a Sean Connery impression. What a win for us. Yes. Yes. Fun fact. Fun fact about me. I love James Bond because I grew up playing the video games. And I know that's weird. That's going to be weird for a lot of you older guys. GoldenEye, Nightfire, a lot of those I played. And I love spies, I love stealth, I love all that, right? And I've seen a handful of the James Bond movies, most of them like the Daniel Craig because it's the most recent and that's, my generation, whatever, right? But a couple weeks ago, I was folding laundry and I was going through Amazon Prime and they have the James Bond movies on there. They have all of them. And I was like, I want to watch them because I'd never seen them. I'd never seen the old ones. And I'm a guy who loves film. I love old school film. I mean, the golden era, 1962, Dr. No is when that movie came out. So that's what I put on. I'd never seen it. Just loved it. Loved it from front to back. And I just got through 3/4 yesterday From Russia with Love. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Even my boy, my 3-year-old, I know it's not really an appropriate movie for him, but because it's so old, it's not super violent. Even he was kind of looking at it. Like the helicopter came down and he was looking and I had his attention for a few minutes for sure. So fun fact about me, but yeah, I that's why I did the Sean Connery impression because, he was the first one. All right, we got to play at the plate and 3-1 Toronto, baby. All right. So the Wilson Boost compared to the Amazon Basics, it seems like they're similar. Which one do you like? I like the Boost because the Boost is just a little bit further, and so the driver results are better for me. On the grand scheme of things, they're pretty close. The preset, grand scheme of things, they're pretty close. But to me, I would take those other golf balls because a lot of reasons. But I like the firmer compression with the Boost. You get a little bit more pop off the driver, and with the other clubs too, for sure. I rock a do-it-yourself arm lock. I've seen those. Those are pretty cool. I've seen a few people rock those. That's awesome. Have you ever played Stream Song? I have not. It's been on my list for a number of years now, and we only live like 2 hours from it. I don't like that they don't allow carts in the wintertime. My mom has to have a cart, so we have to go during the summer. It kind of limits us. Money's been tight the last few summers, and so we just haven't, unfortunately, been able to go. But soon, very soon, I'm hoping. GoldenEye, yeah. I'm sorry. I've had too much of that apple juice. Got the name wrong. I'm so bad at pronunciating words. Have you ever heard of a company, Giga Golf? They're in Florida, new custom clubs, great quality. I haven't. I will look into that. Giga Golf. It seems like someone else has said Giga Golf before, but I can't remember. And you said they're near me? Oh, they're in Oldsmar. Yeah, Oldsmar is where I used to get my golf balls from. I mean, yeah, that's 45 minutes from the house. Okay, I'll look into that. Thank you. All right. Grew up watching them playing the 007 games. Want to get those 007. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, I have them just for conversations. I got a 72-degree wedge with a wedge that I bought. Is it worth using? Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see the rest of the comment. I didn't mean to make that face. No, please don't use a 72-degree. I can't ever think of a situation where a 72 degree is needed. I can't fathom it. I use a 60 or 58 out of the sand because I'll open the face. But even then, sometimes I have wonky results. Close it a little bit, but 72. What are you going to do? Like, that's a gimmick. It has to be. I mean, Chad, I'd love to know your opinion on that. But to me, a 72-degree wedge is a gimmick. That's just like, hey, you really want the ball? I mean, to me, like, you're going to hit it, it's just going to pop up right in front of your face and fall back down. Like, what do you need that for? I'd love to hear y'all thoughts on that. I've seen all the movies, favorite series of all. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see them all. There's like 25 or 26 now or something. I can't wait. Better than Boost blasphemy. Yeah, I'll never. That's why you'll never hear me say it. If I said a ball was better than the Boost on this channel, they might come from my head. It wouldn't just be unsubscribing and harsh comments. It would be coming from my head. If you want an old Sean Connery movie, check out Disney's Darby O'Gill and the Little People. It's one of his first. Really? Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely check that out. It's got to be 50s then, right? Because it would have to be like 50s, right? I use Giga Golf and love them. Cool. A lot of you have heard of Giga Golf. That's cool. My dedicated sand wedge is a 65. It's money. Okay. Hold on. 65 might be all right. I said 72 was a gimmick. 65, I mean, I don't know. Don't even use a 60. I use a 64 for everything around the green unless bump and run is in play. I'll open the face even more for flop. Man, God bless you all. Seriously, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. A 64, I mean, I use the 58, and the problem I run into with the 58 is if I hit it pure, it pops up in the air and has a nice pop. But as you can see from testing, well, no, you guys don't see that. I'm sorry. You don't see the upset cursing and here, like, edit that out. Sometimes you don't, though. And if you mishit it, it like blades across the green, and I don't like that. That's why I like having something a little less lofted. That way it's more consistent. But if you're a good chipper and you're a good ball striker, you can get away with it. But like I've turned a lot of people, believe it or not, onto chippers because like my mom, she would get a 56-degree out and just struggle with the consistency, and she would struggle and struggle. I put a chipper in her hands, and in the first 3 months, she holed out 3 times from off the green, and she had never done it before that point. So it just, again, every golfer is different. Find out what works for you, but 65 off the green is bold, really bold. But hey, if it works, it works. Darby O'Gill, 1959. I knew it had to be. I've been buying multiple clubs, and thanks to Gabe's reviews, I don't think I'll do any discounts for creators, but they'd be nice to use for your testing. I'd love to try multis. I've had several people tell me they really, really like them. So I still use Ping G2 irons. Lofts are so weak compared to the new clubs, but they are so easy to hit. Hey, if it works, it works. There's no pictures on the scorecard, baby. I have same length clubs from Giga Golf. I would use them over Cobra One length. Oh, really? So, man, there's just a lot of love for Giga Golf. I got to look at this again here. Like, what do they do here? Okay, so you go to Giga Golf, and then, okay, so Giga Golf kind of has their own, okay. Huh. And the reviews are outstanding. Like, the reviews are really good. How did you all find out about Giga Golf? If you don't mind me asking, like, where'd you hear about it from? Because, like, Oldsmar, little subdivision in Tampa, basically, it's like, it's got like a big flea market there, and it's just kind of a little area, kind of like Carrollwood. I mean, it's all part of Tampa. You know how it is, right? Like LA, you've got, Beverly Hills and stuff. That's what it's like. But I just don't, like, where did you all find out about them from? I actually use the 64 for anything 55 yards in and in. You're a madman. You're a madman, Swagger. You're mad. You're mad. I don't know how you do it, but no, seriously, I'm probably just jealous. I just wish I could do that. But yeah, no, I have to have the 54. For me, it's 54. If I go 58, I always end up chunking it or having an issue. But again, it comes down to practice. If I practice more with it, it probably would be better. But yeah, I don't know. What the hell is Giga Golf? That's what I was saying. Apparently, Giga Golf is a website where they have custom irons and stuff, and it looks like they have their own brand, maybe like TRX or Power Slot single. Like, It's very strange. They have a titan like, it even says titanium driver. Like, am I reading this right, chat? Like, they have their own wedges and stuff, but I guess it's custom clubs, and, I mean, I guess it's just another direct-to-consumer company. Gabe did a review on the bottom of a pond. It was too easy to sweep completely underneath it, making it hard to hit. I appreciate the honesty. I used to get clubs from Diamond Tour Golf. They made clones, and Google recommended it. Like, if you try, cool. Okay, I'll check that out too. Consistently. Um, Wilson profile distance or the Wilson boost compared. I very close. That's a good one. I need to retest the Wilson profile this year. You bring up a great point. I watched a few hours of Dan Grieve for chipping. Got that party game pretty good. Cool. Dan Grieve. I'll have to look at that. It's not cheap. Dude, I'm telling you, golf. Okay, cool. I don't know how y'all found out about it, but anyway, okay, we are 10 minutes over my hour. Anyway, I told my wife it'd only be an hour. I love this chat, and I thank you all very much for being here and commenting and doing all this. And again, not attacking any of you. You guys, I just want you to understand what it means to be part of this community and what the goal is we're trying to build toward. I've always been completely honest with you guys, and if that means that testing is different from year to year, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I guess the reality is, if some of you feel like that makes it not good data and you want to unsubscribe, I guess I can't stop you. But for me personally, I thought that that's what made this channel different. I thought that, testing a golf ball twice and saying, hey, I got different results was honest. But I just want you all to understand that our goal here is to collectively as a team, collectively as a community, try to get as much information on golf balls as we can, because 90% of the internet is bought and paid for. And there's no way to know for sure unless we all band together. And that's why we're here. I do consider myself pretty knowledgeable on golf balls. I don't consider myself an expert yet. I love learning. That's why I love your feedback. That's why I love what you guys contribute. That's why this is a community, because I'm just one person. Golf balls are too complex and they're too finicky for one person to make a difference. We all do. We all have to band together. And some of you are fantastic at that. A lot of you I've seen in this chat are fantastic at that. If you're new to this channel and you're watching this, I'd love to invite you to be a part of that too, because it's awesome and it's a lot of fun. So appreciate you guys. As always, keep watching, keep saving, keep learning. Thank you so much for being here. This week, November, I just want to sell this and then I'm going to go. November 3rd, Monday, our top 10s and top 5 start. That's going to be top 10 wedge spin, top 10 pitching wedge performance, top 10 driver distance, top 10 balls for slow swingers. All you guys recommended a couple weeks ago. If you haven't done a recommendation, go find that short from like a week ago where I said, hey, I want your suggestions. Put it on there so I see it. But that's when that's going to start. And then about 2 weeks after that, we're going to get to about November, let's say 13th. And then that's going to start the top 100. I'm excited. This year alone, I've tested 105 golf balls. Just this year alone. It's going to be about 120, 130 by the time it's all said and done. So I'm excited. I'll see you later, guys. Thank you so much. Let's go Blue Jays. You live just outside of Gainesville? Well, hey, email me on that, and we'll get together and we'll do that sometime. Playing Cabot, I still got connects there, so just email me and we'll get that set together. Yep. Thank you for all that. Love you guys. Bye-bye.